You keep telling yourself that once you make it, you'll finally rest. But what if the thing you're chasing isn't success at all, but permission? Picture a quiet moment you've had 100 times. It's late, your phone is face down, and you open a tab you don't even want to open. Another application, another outline, another plan to become the kind of person who is allowed to stop. You stare at the cursor and feel that familiar bargain forming in your chest. Just a little more, then you can breathe. The strange part is that you're not lazy, you're exhausted, and you're not afraid of working. You're afraid of what it would mean to choose rest without earning it. Psychologists have noticed something similar in how people imagine happiness on the other side of big wins. In a well-known study, Philip Brickman and his colleagues compared people who had won the lottery with other people going about ordinary life. The surprise was not that the winners felt thrilled at first. It was that, after the excitement settled, their day-to-day happiness looked a lot more ordinary than you'd expect. The finish line didn't become a permanent home. So, if success doesn't reliably hand you lasting relief, why do you keep reaching for it like a life raft? Because sometimes success is a socially acceptable exit, a medal you can hold up to the world and say, "See, I did enough. Now I'm allowed." Without that medal, stopping can feel like disappearing. There's a framework in psychology that helps name what you're actually longing for. Self-determination theory says human motivation is fed by 3 needs: autonomy, competence, and connection. When you fantasize about finally arriving, notice how often you're really craving autonomy. Not the ability to do more, but the right to choose less. The right to steer your own life, instead of being steered by expectations, guilt, or the fear of being misunderstood. That's why your mind keeps designing a future where rest has witnesses. A promotion, a number, a finished project. Proof that your pause is justified. But the most tender truth is this: permission does not have to be granted by a scoreboard. Mary Oliver asked, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" You don't need to answer with a resume. You can answer with an honest breath. Here's a 2-minute exercise you can do today. Take a blank note and write one sentence. If I had permission to stop trying to prove myself for one day, I would. Fill in the end without editing. Then write a second sentence. The smallest thing I can do in the next 24 hours that honors that desire is. Make it almost laughably small. A 10-minute walk, a message you've been avoiding, a short nap without apology, one boundary, one kind no. This isn't quitting on your dreams. It's quitting on the idea that suffering is the entry fee for rest. And maybe that's the open loop you've been living inside. You thought success would unlock stopping, but stopping might be what unlocks a truer kind of success. So tonight, when you feel yourself reaching for the next tab, ask gently, what are you hoping this will give you permission to feel? And what would change if you gave yourself that permission first? What would you stop chasing if you trusted you were already allowed to breathe?